Yeah. Woohoo. 1/4 of the way through. Thursday is our Friday around here. That's a good thing. Yeah. So next week at this time, you are going to be halfway through the course. Can you believe that? Also, don't forget, next week we are going to have a guest on the show, if you will. Sounds nicer if you say show than a class, don't it? Sounds like we're going to have backup dancers, fireworks, all kinds of things. But yeah, we're going to have Miss Carla from Brandon on here, so she's going to be doing a little bit of speaking. That's also the day of your midterm. So remember, when I'm pointing things out and saying, "Oh, that's going to be on the midterm," I'm not lying. It is going to be on the midterm. So pay attention to those things. Um, so people have different activities where they're not going to be in the class. Some of you are going to have your mock interview scheduled at the live session time. Don't worry, we got you covered. It gets recorded. You can watch the recording. You'll have plenty of time to do the assignment and still get that attendance. Don't forget that participation is your attendance. Okay. I have campuses barking at me, you know. Sorry, best dog I can do. I deal with other exotics, not so much dogs and cats anymore, so I can't make those sounds. I do a great giraffe sound. Don't laugh. You all don't know what a giraffe sounds like anyway, so you don't know. Uh, but so they come after me saying, "Why aren't people getting attendance?" I say, "Hey, they're not doing the assignment. Don't do the assignment. I can't give you attendance. So get the attendance in. It doesn't matter. The other assignments don't count for attendance. That is proof you are participating. So please do what I have to do. We have to follow rules. We may not want to, may not necessarily want to do, but that is what we have to do. All right. So we got some stuff doing. I want to give y'all a great big round of applause. Kudos, kudos. You didn't freak out when I put the zeros in and the 70% on the discussions. You all did what you needed to do. You went in there and you completed assignments uh, like I knew you would because you guys are awesome. You went in when you were able to and you completed those assignments. You got those in. You're getting your resume thing scheduled with the campuses. So give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah, that's right. Thumbs ups around. Let's see those. Give yourselves credit for things you do because people beat us up all the time. And, it's tough out there. Anybody have a rough day today? I had a rough day, I tell you. Let me tell you, I would pour y'all drinks if I could, if you wanted those, whatever it was, because sometimes we just need them, right? Am I right? We need something, either that or, a big bag of Oreos or something like that. It's a shame we can't give out digital things to make us all feel good. So I can tell you, you guys are great. You've been doing good. You've been working hard. So let's close this week out. And I'm going to share some screens because I need to show y'all some stuff and I want to get y'all done because we want the weekend, right? Whoop, whoop, where's the roof? Who wants a weekend? Yes? Yeah, 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 yeah. I should be seeing some happy folks out there because even if you have to work, you just have to do the work. You don't have to deal with class and work. It's one less thing as long as you've been keeping up. So, we're going to be talking about some stuff here. Let's do this screen share. Let's get this ball rolling. And let's see what we've got here. So let's see what we've been doing because we've been doing a lot this week. And so we've been scrolling through, and I want you to notice you've been doing things that I asked you to talk about from day one. What do you expect from this class? And you are starting to do it. You're starting to lay the groundwork for your career. You started off with those long term goals, and we're going to be backing in those short term goals coming up as we work through the class. We talked about skills. I asked you to list your soft skills and your hard skills. We talked about those soft skills yesterday, and I showed you right here by on the home page to make sure you go in here, click on that big red button there, come down here and take a look at the skills that your profession needs by clicking right there. The other thing is check out the keywords because you want help on those resumes. You're going to be talking to the people in career services about your resume. There's where you get keywords. The other thing is, didn't I give you an assignment to take a look at somewhere back here? Let's take a look. See how these pieces are starting to fall into each other? Yeah? Are you starting to see that? Let's see some emojis here. You're starting to see where pieces are starting to come together? Stick with me. I'm gonna show you how these start to fall together. So we found out where we fit, where our personalities start to come together. That's going to show up on our personal brand. You have a brand just like Nike, Adidas, Ferrari, Porsche, Lamborghini. Yeah, I have expensive taste. That's why I drive a Kia. Yeah, I have expensive taste, but I have White Castle budget. All right. So you're going to be talking to people in your career. That's going to help you get realism in those resumes. And the other thing up here, where to go, where to go? We're going to be talking about keywords in your resume. Okay. So all these things that we're talking about here, they're going to start pulling together. The other thing, why you chose this field. This is bonus points, and I want to talk about this. How many people like free things? Huh? We all like things for free? I mean, if you don't, I won't offer them, but okay. So let's take a look at this because this is a good thing, and so many people just ignore it. They're like, I'm not going to do anything. Why did you choose this career? Now, you may be going, I don't know, but I want you to really think about it. Yeah, you do. You may not want to say, be honest. Okay. Why did you choose your career field? Click Start Assignment, click Text Entry, boom. Your answer is the right answer. Okay. Always remember that. Be honest. Don't go cut and pasting from the internet. Don't go getting everything from Wikipedia. Be honest with me. Okay. I want to know why you chose that field. Now, what does it mean by bonus points? What's going to happen is when that midterm comes around and I'm sitting there and I'm grading it, at the end of grading, if you have done this bonus points, you're going to get 5 points added on. Okay? Boom, right on. If you have an 80, you get an 85. If you have an 85, you get a 90. Got it? You don't do this afterwards. If you have a 70, you have a 70. You need to do this bonus points this week. There is no extension on bonus points. So if you don't do the bonus points this week, if you don't like your grade when you do the midterm, sorry, don't play that. Okay? Work has its rewards. Do the work, get the reward. You don't like the results, you can't go backwards. Okay? I'm not Cher. I don't look like her. I don't turn back time. Got it? So, this is a reality. When you do work, sometimes you get bonuses at work. This is the bonus for doing work in this class. Do this, 5 points. Boom. Got it? So, today we're going to be doing this resume keywords. Let's take a look at this. Okay? So, job postings list things that they want people to have. Now, I want you to go and get 3 web addresses of job postings. Now, when I say web addresses, these, I don't just want you to say Indeed.com, Monster.com, blah, blah, blah. I need the job postings. I want to see those job postings. I need to see that you actually found jobs. Okay. And what are the skills that they mention in them? There's a reason for this. You need to know how to read a job posting. Okay? Need to know that when you read that job posting, you know what those skills are. Hold on, I got to close the door here because I have a screaming bird. And so always tell you never work with children and pets. Unfortunately, if you are a uh, vet assistant, you're going to be working with both most likely. There we go. And so she's a 50-year-old bird. You can't really argue with her too much. All right. So this is why I need 3 job postings. Go out there, find a job posting for your career. Paste it into the assignment. Okay. And look at what they're asking for. Hard skills. These are specific to your career. Okay. And employability or soft skills. These are the people management skills that we talked about. Okay. And we talked about those yesterday. Does everybody understand the assignment here? Yes, yes. We got this. Okay. So if you didn't get that quite right, I'll grade it and I'll send it back to you. And I say, you can get the rest of the points if you get this. So I want to make sure you've got this because I want everybody to get the full points, but I do have to make sure that you do it right. So click the start assignment and you can either upload a file if you like doing things in Word and Google Docs, etc. You can upload a file from your system there, but click text entry. You can paste the information in here. That information you can paste. Okay, you can paste that. You don't have to type you know, the job posting. You can paste that in there. That's allowable. I'm reasonable there. All right. So that's what you're going to do for these assignments. And that's going to close everything out for the week. And you're going to do a little happy dance. You're going to order a pizza and you're going to sit back on the couch and you're going to relax for a job well done for this entire week, right? Everybody cool with that? Because you're going to be done for the week and you don't have to worry. Now, if you're not one of these people, come this weekend, you're going to be all panicky because you haven't completed everything. Okay. Everything in this week needs to be finished Sunday. Okay. Notice Sunday, 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 Sunday closes on Sunday. So at 11:59 p.m., these assignments will close and lock. You won't be able to get into them. Boom. Got it? They lock. Everybody understand that? Close and lock. Finish, finish, finish. At 10 p.m. on Sunday, don't go, oh, I can't get into Canvas, blah, blah, blah. My internet's down. There's an alien invasion. There's a locust attack on my house, etc., etc. That's on you, okay? Because you've had time to do it, okay? Got it? We're all adults in the room. Manage your time. Complete the assignments. Simple as that. Everybody's happy, happy. Got it? All right. So now we got this going. We are in our week. We are happy, happy. Everybody's going to enjoy pizza and watching TV over the weekend, getting everything done. So that just leaves us with our presentation. Are we ready to knock this out? Get this done? Yes, yes. All right, let's do that. I am so proud of you guys. I can't tell you how happy I am. You guys are killing it. All right. So we are going to talk about something that so many people mention. We're going to talk about resumes tonight. And I have to mention this. On your assignments, I do want to talk about something. I almost forgot. Your dream job research. The people you are choosing are absolutely incredible. You guys are really smart on who you're choosing to interview. You're choosing people that you know who own their own business. You're even choosing coworkers in companies you are already working. That's great. That's perfect. You're choosing instructors. at the school. Awesome. You guys are choosing perfect people. You just need to talk to them before Wednesday of next week. Wednesday's when you're going to do your results. And it's going to be, it says a 250 word interview. Ask them questions. When you go to do your paper that you're going to type in, just remember you're going to type your questions and your responses, blah, 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 blah. So at the beginning, you're going to say, I interviewed so and so. Make sure you tell me who you interview. And these are the questions, the responses, and this is what I learned. Boom. It'll be easy cheesy for you. Got it? That's how simple it's going to be. Who you interviewed, what they said, and what you learned. That's how you'll knock that assignment out. So it won't be any pressure. Everybody got that? Yes, yes. All right. So it won't be pressure because the hardest part will just be putting down what you talked about. So, and you can talk to them in person, talk to them on the phone, talk to them via text, talk to them via email, however you want. You do not have to be face to face. All right. So here we go. We are going to start our presentation. But you guys are making brilliant moves. I am so proud of you. All right. So we are going to talk about resumes. And a lot of you have, actually, a few of you have already had your interviews uh, with career services about your resumes. If you've already got your signed resume, just hold on to it. You're going to turn that in next week. So that's quite all right. If you already had your interview, nothing wrong with that. The reason why we say schedule your interview for next week, it gives people time to respond. So nothing wrong with getting it done early. Here we go. So we're going to talk about the purpose of a resume because believe it or not, some people think they don't need them. Keywords, talk about the sections of a resume. Whoops. And three formats. There's a reason why we have different formats. And we're going to talk about non-traditional resumes, which don't really fit in too much here. And we're going to talk about references because people don't know when to use them. So a resume is a written document, talks about your qualification, work experience, and education. Your education is going to be really important because you may not have a lot of experience in the field you're going into. But that doesn't mean the experience that you have in other places isn't important. Excuse me. So don't forget those other jobs have transferable skills. And I want you to think about how they relate to your current field. And the purpose is to convince potential employer that your experiences and skills match the qualification. So it's a matching game. You're trying to pair up. Make sure that what you have equals them. Now, you do not have to have 100% match. And a little bit of information here. Men and women approach job hunting different. Women will reach out and go for a job that they do not match as many qualifications as men. So women will reach out and extend themselves with less matching than men do. And women will tend to get the job. You do not have to match perfect. If you want the job, apply for it, even if you're not a perfect match. Everybody got that? Yes, yes. Okay. Take the risk. If you have most of the qualifications, push it. Women are better at taking the risk than men. Sorry, men. Women are better. Hate to tell us all, but they take that chance and they get the job. Men are safer in that. They want to match perfect. I got this. I got this. Oh, I don't have that. Don't apply. Take the chance because well, you know what happens? Other men are doing the same thing, and a woman comes along and goes, I got this, don't have that. I'm applying. Boom, the job's mine. Step aside, men. You do not have to have a perfect match. You want as many as possible because remember that employer is listing their dream qualifications. It's kind of like when I go to a car lot, I'm going, I have to have Ferrari, Lamborghini, blah, 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 blah. And they go, well, we've got this beat up moped that doesn't run. And I go, I'll take it. Okay, I listed my dream qualifications, but I know I've got a $199 budget. You take what are your best qualifications and you put them out there. Okay, update a resume for each job application. One size does not fit all. If you're not modifying your resume and you're just sending it out there, we've got a problem. Okay, and we're going to talk about this resume template. Okay, now keywords. Those keywords are in that position. So when you read that position opening that I'm asking you to go out and look, you're going to see those keywords. And I'm going to keep using the word keyword, 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 keyword until you're sick of it. Because if you're not using that keyword, you can remain unemployed. Okay? It's that important. And these relate to the functions of the open position. They're often nouns or noun phrases, and they trend. Okay? These trend. Read job advertisements and identify keywords to use in a resume. Okay? In your resume, matching keywords trigger responses. Without them, look at that, they're ignored. What more do you want me to say? How many people are putting out resumes and getting no responses? Anybody? Yeah, it happens to everybody. Okay, it does. So let's turn that around. Let's start making them so that we get responses. Okay, so we need to start using these. And here's an example of a job posting. And when you're reading it, right here, reading and interpreting blueprints and schematics. Boom, right there. They want blueprints and schematics. Do you have that? If so, you stand a better chance that when they're searching through, you're going to be picked up. Selecting and installing torches, torch tips, filler rods, MIG, TIG, stick welding, inspecting completed welds, routine maintenance, safety protocols, safety again, welding technologies, techniques. Do you see how you pick apart a job post to get to these key words? Everybody see this? Now, this is a welding example, but do you see how to pick these apart? If you were a welder and you did not have these words in there, boom. If you said, I'm a great welder and left all this out, you're a great unemployed welder. Okay? Because people use what we call ADT. Okay? Automatic data tracking. ADT. Okay? Automatic data tracking. Boom. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to scan all the resumes. And what it's doing is it's just checking your resume for keywords. That's all it's doing. It's going out there and it's checking every resume for those jobs for the keywords that that employer puts in. If you're resume doesn't have keywords, they never see you. Okay? If you raise your hand and said you're not getting responses, how many of you do not have keywords in them? Anybody missing keywords? Yeah, you're never going to be seen. Again, not being harsh, not being cruel. I was a victim of this. I didn't know this. So to know which keywords will result in being found, take a look. Look at those job postings. This is why we have you do it. You may have thought that this is stupid. Anybody think that assignment was stupid? I kind of thought it was stupid. Yeah. Look at the job posting. Do, 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 do. Okay. This is why. This is a skill. Being able to read a job posting is a skill. Picking it apart is a skill. We're showing you how to get noticed. Okay? You're going to learn more about why you're not getting picked up. Okay? Now, in your resume, you have a heading, a summary, skills, experience, education, and then you have some optional sections. Okay? And they're all important. And how many people heard your resume should be one page? Anybody ever hear this? Keep your resume. It's a lie. Okay? It's a lie. Okay? 2 pages max. Okay? That should be about what it should be. It's about 2 pages. Anybody ever tell you that your resume should be black and white? Boom, 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 boom. Okay? It's a lie. You can use color. Okay? Now, don't go making it look like a piece of plaid. Don't go making it look like, a box of crayons puked on it, but you can use color. Now, I'm very old school. I thought that was strange too, until I start getting students turning them in with color. I had to learn. We all learned. I learned from y'all. So, as I say y'all, I get country. Grew up in Panama, moved to Arkansas. Talk about culture shock and diversity there. And so, have you ever heard Panamanian with a country twang? It's a whole different thing. So let's talk about this. Your heading makes sense at the top. It's your full name, phone number, email address, and location. What's missing there? Do not put your street address. How many people's resumes have street addresses on them? Anybody? Take it off. Okay. You can put your email address and geographic location. So you could put like Orlando, Florida, but don't put your street address. Okay. This is a safety issue. So don't do that anymore. So please go update your resume. Take that off. So you can have your phone number, email address, your full name, but don't put your street address. They don't need that. They're not coming over for brunch. Okay. They're not going to come over there and help you wash your car. They don't need your street address. So please don't do that. Okay. That's something I had to learn too. So your legal name, your geographic area, so you can put your city and state, telephone number, your email address, and any social media accounts. LinkedIn, if you have a great LinkedIn account, put that there. If your LinkedIn account doesn't do it, don't put it there. Okay? Don't put Facebook. Unless they're posting selfies with you, don't do it. They're not your buds, okay? They're not your homies. They're not that. Does anybody say homie anymore? I don't think they do. Showing my age, okay? So they don't need that. Your summary. Okay, so your summary is going to be a brief explanation. Okay, don't say I'm seeking employment in this area. Anybody got that? Seeking employment in such and such field? Change that. Okay. You're not seeking employment. Okay. This is not Where's Waldo. Employment is not out there. There's not somebody named employment. You're not seeking them. This is not, a matchmaker. Okay. Describe yourself. I am an HVAC professional with skills in the following areas, and I will be a benefit to your company by helping it grow and blah, blah, blah. Notice I am not seeking. You know why? I'm not begging. Okay? No begging. You are not begging. I'm telling you what I am, and I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I am not begging. I am not out there wandering. Seeking is I'm wandering. I'm wandering aimlessly. You don't do that. Okay? Briefly describe some of your core strengths and skills. Not all of them, just your best ones. And this personal brand statement. We're going to talk about that some more in this class. Does anybody know that they have their own brand? Yeah, you are your brand. When people hear your name, they automatically think something about you. Yeah. And you need to protect your brand. Your brand is your work ethic. It's what you stand for. It's how well you do things. So I want you to think about this. How many people think they have a great work ethic? Anybody? All right. Now, I want you to think about this. The lowest level of work you do, the lowest level of quality you do, that's your work ethic. Think about that. The lowest quality of work you do, that's your true work ethic. Because people with a good work ethic, they don't put out low quality work ever. Period. End of story. Don't tell me you have a good work ethic and then put out low quality work in this class. Got it? Because people with good ethic, they don't think about doing low quality. They put out 100% every time on everything. How many people put out 100% every time on everything? Yes, that's what you do. In this class, every job, no matter what. I used to have to scrub toilets, but you know what? Those toilets were clean because I thought, I don't want to sit on a dirty toilet. And I don't want anybody else to have to too. And eventually I'm going to move up and I'm going to do better. And no matter what I do, it's the best because I'm not going to lower my quality because of what I have to do. Always the best. That is my brand. When they say your name, people will know you are quality. You are professional. You are honest. You stand by what you do. And your brand will go there before you do. People will hear about you in your career field before you. So start thinking about your brand statement and how to describe yourself in one sentence. That's a brand statement. Statement is one sentence, and that's eventually going to go on your resume. Okay. Now, your skills, these are your hard and soft skills, and it doesn't have to be just in your career field. Okay. So, your hard and soft skills, those can be from any career, but you want to read those job postings. And remember how they told you this is what they're looking for? You're going to list them bulleted. These are little bullets here, and you're going to have different skills listed. And sometimes you have them in two columns, because you have so many. And what you do is you make a copy of your resume for each job. You have a master copy and you make a copy of that. You never change your master. You make a copy of it. That way your master is always safe. And you rearrange these based on the job you're applying for. Whatever they say is the most important, you move that to the top so you can show them, hey, I've got that. You get that right out of the job listing. Everybody got that? Everybody see that? So what you thought was so easy and simple, I just post my resume. No, you customize it first for that person, then you put it up there. And that's the first thing. Oh yeah, I want this. Oh yeah, I wanted that too. Oh yeah, look, they've got all the things I wanted right at the top. Now the other person comes along and they've got it listed here and here. They're never going to get to those items. If your good qualities are buried down here that they want, they're never going to get to them. Okay? Right here, goal is to list the top skills to entice the employer, and they should reflect the keywords. There's keywords again in the advertisement. And honesty is necessary. Don't lie because they're going to find out when you go to work for them. Okay? So notice all these things. Is everybody getting the picture? You see how you're improving that resume. And now you know why other people, boom, get it every time. When I used to have to do resumes back when I rode a dinosaur to school, we paid $300 for a resume and you got one typed copy. $300 it cost you to get one copy of a resume. And you carried that very carefully so you didn't wrinkle it, and you went and made copies at a copy store where they put it on heavy bound paper. $300. You have the ability to do it in Word and pump them out like crazy. Do it the right way. Okay, now education. Okay, if you're not a student, you list your degrees in order. The year they earned, the type of degree, etc. Your school name, city, and state. Notice you do not have the full address. School name, city, and state. You do not list the full address. Things have changed. If you are in school, you put the expected graduation date. You do not put student. You list the school and the expected graduation date. Okay? They'll understand. Whoops, trying to move on there. Now your experience. Okay, name of the company, city and state. Again, not the full address. You put the start and end dates. Now, people always question, what if there's a gap in the dates? That's it. You'll never be hired. Not true. It's okay to have gaps in your employment. Many people have gaps because of COVID. It was a thing. People understand. People go to school. People have family emergencies. They have to be out for that. Incarcerations, those things happen. People make mistakes, but you can recover. Things happen. Life happens. People become, um, head of households. They stay home. You have stay-at-home dads, stay-at-home moms, things like this. People have gaps in employment. Don't be afraid to answer these questions in an interview. Explain, I have a gap in my employment due to family uh, emergencies. You do not have to go into deep details, okay? And only bring it up if the employer does, okay? Make sure in your experience Use the keywords again, wherever possible. And try to say what you did on this job that was important. It's important to the job. Don't think that any job is unimportant. Okay. Now, there's different types of formats, and one is the timeline. You list everything in order by time. Okay, not my favorite one to just list everything by time. Some are listed by skills. These are my skills. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, again, not my favorite one. It doesn't always fit everyone. And then there's the combination. Now, I kind of like this one the best because you can kind of use timeline and skills. So, what I try to do with this is you have your education and then it's by time. You have your experience and by time, and your skills blocked together. So, this is my favorite for most students. If you have a lot of experience, list that first. Most of the students, I try to put their skills together first, and then their experience and their education at the bottom. You need to make sure that however you do your resume, you understand what's on the resume and you're comfortable with what's on the resume. Okay. Now, if you can pause for just a moment, I have someone that is making noise in the background here, and I need to stop that from happening. So hold on for one moment. Okay, I do apologize for that. We got that taken care of. Okay, so when you go to save a resume, there there are a couple of things to think about. One of the things is create a master document. Okay, that document's going to be your permanent document, and they say name it master resume. Whatever you name it, make sure you know what it is. And this document you don't change. Okay, keep this. Then whatever you do, you make a copy of it. Okay, and you work off of that. Do not send your master resume to employers. Okay. And then what you do is you customize the copy for everyone you're going to send it. And then the one you send it to, you do not send it in a Word document. Okay. The reason why you do not send it as a Word document is because that can be edited. And you may say, well, why would that matter? Some places the document will go to someone other than the person you intend to read it, may go to a secretary, etc. That person could not necessarily want somebody to get a particular position and they could alter your document. You do not want anybody changing your document and preventing you from getting a position. So in Word, you have the option to save it as a PDF. The other reason is the PDF will keep it in the format you saved it as. So if they print it, all the formatting and protection will stay there. And it keeps it from being able to be changed very easily. Okay, they would have to have a PDF editor. So it makes it a little bit more awkward. And if they go to print it, it will look the way you intended it. Okay. The other thing, does anybody ever apply on monster.com and all these places and they want you to upload a resume? Anybody ever do that? And when you go to upload it, it's a pain. It's all a mess, right? Okay. So before you upload it, save it as plain text. It's an option in Word and every one of these. Save it as plain text. Upload that copy. Okay. When you upload it, all the formatting's taken out and monster.com and all these other places that you're going to upload it to, it will come out about 95% intact and fill out most of the application for you. Did you know that? Yeah, 95%. It'll fill everything out. It'll fill out your work history. It'll strip that all out and it'll fill most of it out. You'll just have to go through and make minor adjustments. Big time saver. And that's what happens when you save it as plain text. These formats will all be on your midterm. Okay? Now, non-traditional resumes, these are like your web-based or your visual ones. These tend to follow non-traditional careers like the graphic arts and things like that. I don't spend a lot of time on them because they're typically not for us because we don't teach those careers here so much, but you can do them. You can make a traditional or a complete web-based resume where people will have to log in and view your resume there. You can find more information about those in the book. I'm not going to go over those. Okay, big thing. Before you do anything with that resume, proofread it, run spell checker. They're right there. Read each line out loud. Okay, you can even click inside most of these programs and they will read them out loud for you. And check the formatting. Make sure that it's not splitting words up, things like that. You'd be surprised how sloppy some of these resumes are. And I can tell you, as somebody who does these things for employers, if I get a bad formatted resume, boom, out it goes. If you don't have time to proofread, spell check, and things like that, you don't have time to work for our company, period. That's how tough competition is out there. If you don't take the time to check these things, how do you think I'm going to feel about your work? If you're sloppy doing an application and a resume, do you think I'm going to believe you're going to do quality work? And use a checklist. Make sure as you're going through and you're doing these things, check them off. Now, how many people have professional references? Okay. Anybody? So the difference between a reference and a professional reference, they know an applicant's skills, talents, or personal traits, and they will recommend him or her. Number one, make sure they know they're a professional reference. Okay. And make sure they know your professional strengths, not just a personal one. These are professional ones. They know how you work. Now, they don't have to be in your field to be a professional reference. Okay. Make sure you have their information and compile a list. You take this to interviews. Okay. You have it on hand. You do not give it with the resume. You have it available in case they ask. Okay. It's not something automatically given. Okay. So this is a reference doc, and I want you to notice a few things about it here. Okay. And you have this wherever you're going to go. You may want to have it on your phone, etc., so you can give it whenever needed. But notice you have the person's name, you have the person's address, etc. You have all their contact information because you understand that they will possibly contact every single person on here. They have that. When you give this tool, they will possibly contact everybody. All right. Everybody good on the resumes. Okay. Now, I want you to take a look at your resumes and think about what is on there and things that you could possibly update before you have that resume interview or when you go to talk to them about that resume, things that you can say, I know I need to change the following. Be kind of proactive about that. All right? Okay. So for the end of the week, I want you to think about this. List 3 things you learned in the class this week. Okay? Nice and easy. But I want you to be specific. Okay? Don't say, I learned a lot. Okay? Be specific. Just 3 things you learned in this class this week. Something easy to close this week out, something that's not going to blow your mind, something that shouldn't be too lengthy for you. And then you'll be all set for the weekend. And week 1 will be done. And you won't have a pile of paper like this behind you. And hopefully your resume won't be stuck there. It'll be going through and heading over to somebody who's going to place that call. All right? Because we want to get that resume noticed. And I'm going to explain later on how we work those applications so that you keep getting your resume in front of somebody. Because there's some tricks that you may not realize. And we're going to keep putting this all together and putting it all together. And we're going to get you more noticed. All right? Sound good? Yes, yes? All right. So that's it for this week, for this Thursday. Get everything done, get it in. Let's see those scores soar. And we start week 2 on Monday. We'll see you then. All right? Y'all have a good weekend.